You gonna do it from there?
We're going to try. So we'll end this stream. Let's see if anybody jumps on here. One person jumped on, it looks like. All right, so a couple of y'all found us for the third time. So frustrating. So guess what? I'm trying this from my phone. So let me know if you can actually even hear me.
Yeah, the camera.
Yeah, I know. I'm covering up. I'm going to try to prop this thing up. All right. This is... let's see if we can get this figured out here. Hey, Ryan, it happens. So, can y'all actually hear us now? Good. Okay. Apparently, we're just going to start live streaming from a phone. So, the heck with this. I might have to plug this in a minute if this dies. Don't move.
Don't move.
Right. I have signal. Right. Here's the crazy thing. I can literally look to my left right here and see a Verizon tower. So, we have great signal here. So, it is what it is. We'll get this thing figured out.
So sorry.
Yeah. It is what it is. So that's life. That's the way the things go. Hopefully, most people jump back on. If you have any other questions, I got to figure out how to keep the chat up here. There we go. Okay, good. Yeah.
We'll do it from a phone.
Yeah,
okay.
We're gonna do it from the phone. Although I don't know why it won't keep the chat up so I can read everybody's questions, but we'll figure it out one way or another. So any other questions that y'all have before we lose signal? Yeah, maybe you want to go on a live stream. We'll just keep the chat pulled up there. Move them rabbit ears around and find that signal. I think I finally found it.
How do I do it?
It's called on a phone. No, you'll have to turn your volume down and all. So are you planning on any cash crops? If you mean crops, actual grown crops, no. Ideas around here, yeah, possibly may do a little bit of firewood, some fire pits, some fabrication, some welding, things like that for a little bit of money. Down the road, we've talked about possibly expanding the garden and going and doing a little, some farmers markets, things like that potentially. Let's see here. Before homesteading, what did you do? I figured that would be another popular question too. So what I did before I decided to take the plunge into YouTube was worked at a paper mill. And the last several years, I've been a mill manager out there, worked a few different jobs, but my most recent job, I was over a woodyard department, a pulping department, and a washing and screening department. I was what's called an optimizer there, so kind of over the whole process, the projects, the people in a way, the training, etc. I was supposed to optimize my modules and process. And it was a pulp and paper mill, I should say. But everybody thinks paper like toilet paper and things like that. No, we made big, gigantic jumbo rolls of pulp fiber that was bleached and washed white, and then it was sent to all different kinds of customers to be used around the world, from filter media to tire cord to probably the clothing that you're wearing to food casings, hot dog casing. I mean, just it was used in everything. So that's what I did the last 10 years. Worked out at that mill. Very good job, paid very good money for the area. That's what it's allowed us to kind of afford some things that we have. But if any of y'all have ever worked in an industrial environment or a mill environment, it gets old after a while. Used to work shift work and then went to day shift.
Paper mills do smell very bad.
Oh, horrible. Actually, when I first started there, I started out as an operator before I moved into management, and Tiffany used to keep a trash can inside.
Yeah.
And literally, as soon as I get home, I have to put my boots at the back door, strip the clothes off, and throw them straight in the trash can. So that was my clothes hamper. But yes, paper mills smell horrible, but like we always said, they smell like money. Try to get up here, see if I can see me. I'm planning on breaking the ground on the house. You mentioned you were going to build yourself. Yeah, the smell. So the house, we're just waiting on some house plans to finish up. We talked about that a little bit earlier. We made a few modifications. They should be done next week. And then we'll start pulling the permits. So, I mean, you still got a little bit of time here to pull the permits, to order the pole barn kit. And then I've got to, start subbing some things out like the slab and a few other things. I really don't know. It's going to be weeks to potentially months before really digging into that project real good. Yep, I've been by St. Simon's. And do I plan on getting a backhoe for the tractor? Not anytime soon, just due to the expense. Really want one, but adding up the expense of those, you can kind of go rent a mini excavator for a week, 2, 3 weeks, and do a lot of work. I've seen Capper was on the other one. Wish he was still here. He can tell you about all the kind of work you can do with those backhoes. Yep, done answered that one. And glad to be back. Sorry again for the aggravation. I hate that we lost some people. There was a few people I really wanted to talk to. So I got to figure out how to use this phone app now and see who all's on here. I don't know if Capper's back or any of the other ones, but appreciate the support. Appreciate y'all swinging by. Like I said, we'll get this thing dialed out or dialed in and figured out. It's just lack of good signal out here. Trying to get these messages to pop back on. Do I plan on getting a sandblaster? Kind of have been thinking about one of those, especially with all especially if you're talking about like a sandblasting cabinet with all the welding that I plan on doing, cleaning that mill scale all rough and rust. Just going to use a wire wheel for now. Oh yeah, I bet. I would love to have a neighbor with a Mini X. I want one so bad, but a lot of work and very expensive parts, it looks like. I need a signal booster. I'm going to look into that, I can promise you. Although I actually have excellent signal here, but apparently live stream requires a lot of your phone. I know. I want to grapple so bad, and I don't know how I've got along thus far without one. So, my last name is pronounced Sefgi, maybe. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. The wife gave you a look after everyone about buying new toys.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all keep asking.
Yeah, I know. Because I have bought quite a bit of things here lately, and I know she keeps looking at me like, "Are you really going to buy any more stuff?" No, I'm going to try not to. We got to build this house, so
yeah, the house is
get this house going,
one priority right now.
I have a feeling she'll be a lot more relaxed about me making some purchases, but also you got to keep in mind I just quit a job and need to generate some more income too. So, yeah, I can't disagree with you about the grapple. I want one so bad. I mean, I'm learning quite well with a root rake. I can get in under stuff and actually hook into it pretty good, but I want a grapple bad.
Someone asked if we were originally from Florida. Yes, I'm from Jacksonville, and he's from Mayo.
Yep. And what's my first name? You know, I've been getting that a lot here lately. I had somebody pester me about that yesterday. First name's Andrew. And no, I don't say that in all the videos, but I should. Oh, I wish these comments would quit popping off so I can see them. My wife thought the new tractor was the end of the shopping list. Oh, no.
Turn the phone a little bit.
Yeah, when you get a tractor, then you get to buy all the fun equipment for it. So, no, tractor isn't the end of the shopping list. All right, I appreciate that for the extra hand there. Yes, we're back. We had to move over to a cell phone.
Sorry.
So I apologize so much for this horrible signal. We thought we had the computer thing figured out. House has to be number one. Been an addition this spring, plus expand my shop. Yep. And speaking of, a lot of people are going to pester us about our house plans with it being a 1-bedroom, very big house. But we do have plans to expand down the road, and I'll explain that in a much later video. Pleasure to meet you too.
Here, got him right here.
Has Tiffany ever tried using the John Deere? Yeah, well, I've let her drive around the yard a time or two. This is my baby, but that John Deere is my other baby, so. Let's see here. Any advice on purchasing a 4066R? Just make sure it's the tractor you want. They're very expensive for what you get. And like I was explaining earlier, you've got to understand, I'm a big John Deere fan for reliability, but when it comes to all the bells and whistles and everything that you get, I think there's better options out there for cheaper, no doubt. Capper, who was just on here, he's bought a lot of tractors. You look at some of the features that he gets in a cheaper tractor. I mean, you just got to go look at it, is all I can say. I owned my last John Deere for 13 years. It was so reliable. Only ever had one problem. A wheel seal went bad. So that made me a loyal John Deere fan. That's why I went back with them. Do I wish I had vented windows or a sunroof and some of these other nice accessories or features? Yeah, I do. But all I can tell you is just go sit in and make sure it's what you want. The other big reason I went with the John Deere 4066, it's the most powerful compact tractor there is, so you get the most PTO horsepower. That was important to me. I do a tremendous amount of mowing, a lot of flail mowing, run a big finish mower. I wanted to make for sure that I had plenty of PTO horsepower. Let's see here. Bobcat tractor. I've been wondering about those. So, Back Creek Cabin there says he's got a Bobcat tractor. Have you had good service out of it? Not a lot of people around there have Bobcat tractors. I don't hardly see them anywhere, but you see a lot of the ads and stuff on them. Of course, she's back there stoking the fire, and I wish I could tilt this camera a little better. Hello from the UK. Hey, Peter, thank you so much for joining. We've been struggling tonight trying to make this thing work out right here. I'm having to read off of one screen the comments and talk to this other screen. So another one was how coronavirus affected us. Being at home a lot hasn't affected me much at all, but Tiffany's job was impacted pretty heavily at the beginning of the year with it. And here recently, she's just had to have a lot of strict rules and with the way that she works and sees patients. But overall, we've been very blessed. Our family hasn't really seen any of it, none of our friends, but it's in the area a lot. But we're in a pretty unpopulated area, too. So, I guess we've avoided a lot of it. Brother's lawn care. My wife can run our deer straighter than me. My wife probably could too if I'd let her get on it a little more. But in my defense, she hasn't really asked to get on it either. So once we get animals and stuff down the road, I'm sure she'll be on a lot. Because I told her I ain't going and cleaning out her horse stalls and shoveling horse manure. So we're going to teach her how to run the tractor. Will I ever get rear hydraulics for the tractor? Would like to. Again, it's about that money, but I want that third function far more than I want rear hydraulics because I'll use a grapple before I get something that requires rear hydraulics. Have I looked into regenerative farming strategies from Joel Salatan or Greg Judy? I actually looked at some of Salatan's stuff a while back, like years ago, was really reading into it. But no, I haven't paid it much mind sense, to be perfectly honest with you, but I'm definitely familiar with his work. When are we getting animals? Well, was planning on having animals this year, but when that tornado hit and tore down our pole barn, we did not have insurance on it. We're out here on vacant property, and I had to eat all that. And then we had to pay for this new pole barn out of pocket. That took a lot of our money. That was all my fencing money and animal money. So we're going to get animals eventually. Now that we're going to do the house build myself, that's kind of delaying animals even more. Although we're thinking about starting with something small like, say, chickens, so we can kind of get a good feel for animals, maybe get a farm dog. And then eventually we want to get horses, cows, things like that. Let me know when y'all can't see us on this, and I'll go flip a light on. Ryan asks, is the MS-170 a good saw? Should I get something else? Love my MS-170. I used to have an 017 for like 16 years, which is basically the same saw. Excellent saw. Will do far more than it's really designed for. If you're going to do a lot of firewood and 12, 14 plus inch size trees cutting the firewood, it's not the right saw at all. It doesn't have enough power. It's a great limbing saw, something you can throw in the back of a Ranger, bed of a truck, on a boat. Great saw for that. Extremely lightweight. I tend to grab that saw more than any other saw that I have. But if you're going to do a lot of firewood, get something a little bigger like that MS-261 or a 271 Farm Boss is a very popular saw. But 170 is hard to beat for just storm cleanup, little limbs and stuff around the yard.
Should I turn on my light?
Yeah, go ahead and flip it on. I've already got it set up. So we're about to blind ourselves, flip the light on so you can see my ugly mug. Let's see here. Trying to go through some of these questions. Get chickens, they're easy to maintain. You won't spend a bunch of money on them. That's exactly my thoughts. There we are. Now I'm blinded. I do want to get some chickens. I think, I love eggs. We love doing breakfast, and I think chickens would be a great starter animal for us. Harvest any deer this year? And what's the biggest deer I've ever harvested? I have been hunting like crazy, and I have yet to harvest a deer. I don't know what it is. I've got a lot of them on camera, but they're going real nocturnal on us. 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. is kind of where I'm seeing the majority of them. You may have to carry him aside.
Okay.
All right. Sorry, we got somebody driving by, so our dog may start barking. And the biggest deer I've ever shot is not very big at all. If y'all watch my channel, I'm not one of those let it grow type of person. We like to eat. We love deer meat. and I tend to kind of harvest anything that's legal depending on how my season's going. If I've already got several deer in the freezer, excuse me, I'm not going to just shoot anything that comes out. But right now, here we are well into the season, done a lot of hunting. The first thing that comes out legal, I'm probably going to get. So biggest deer I've shot is, kind of a small 8-point. I don't have anything to put on the wall. Back Creek asks again how many acres we have. We have 51 and a half acres, about 30 of it's timber and planted pines that you see behind me, and probably 20 of it pasture. That's my best guess. Yep, no luck either, huh? I don't know. It's a tough year. I've had a lot of friends that just aren't having any luck at all. So I don't know what's going on around here this year. We're seeing them on camera, but again, they're just really nocturnal, which is not uncommon for this time of the year. Typically, September, which is the start of our bow season, that's kind of our best bet at when we'll get deer. They tend to run around the daytime then. At least our bucks do. Have I thought about getting a car lift? Yes, actually. Should have had that by now, but I've let other things become priority. In my slab in there, I specifically poured a couple 4x4 areas, 1 foot thick with 3/4 inch rebar, just to do a 2-post car lift. So I've already got my slab designed just for that. I know exactly what I want. It's an Atlas PV10. I think it's the perfect lift for me, and relatively affordable. And yeah, I should have had that by now, because I service all our own vehicles, change the oil, tires, everything. And it's kind of getting aggravating being on the ground. Although I'll admit, having a concrete shop's nicer than the dirt that I used to have. Let's see here. And about the 2020 Duramax, thoughts on it? Couldn't tell you. Never owned a diesel. Would love to have one, but I really like gas vehicles because I can work on them. That's what I'm used to. What vid was the tornado cleanup? I can't remember. It says tornado damage on the homestead. We have 2 cleanup videos and then 1 video of when it hit, showing the aftermath. You just have to search on our channel. I really can't remember the number where it was at all, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, we'd have to look it up. We can get back to you on it.
The deer are social distancing so they don't get corona. That's exactly what it feels like. Although the other morning I had my best morning I've ever had here as far as numbers. Was sitting out in the deer blind and seeing 15 deer and 12 turkeys. So that was a very exciting morning. Had a lot to look at. Typically I don't see that many deer at one point in time, but that was a morning that was 28 degrees, super frosty, so everything was moving because they were freezing.
Yes, Brad, y'all are.
What's that?
Good at spending our
Brad's,
money.
well, I'm pretty good at spending our money.
Oh yeah, he doesn't need much help in that.
But in my defense, I'm pretty good at saving money too now.
Yeah.
I work on a lot of stuff. I try to save money, and I am dead set we're going to have a checking and savings, and we got a retirement. So when y'all see me buy a lot of stuff and have a lot of stuff out here, know that we've saved for it. We pay cash for the majority of it. A lot of stuff I look at for years before I buy. I really do. And we're not blowing everything we got, I promise you.
Yeah. We've been saving for a very long time.
Hello from Ohio. Hey, I bet it is chilly up there. It's actually kind of chilly here. We're going to get back in the 30s here in 2 days, it looks like. 20s last week, so. Spook the turkey off the eggs. I actually did that last year too, in these pines right here behind me. I was driving down to the wood rack and had a turkey pop up off of a nest out there. Problem is, and something I really need to work on, we have a horrible raccoon problem around here, and I'm shocked I have as many turkeys as I do, because the raccoons will absolutely tear ground nesting animals' eggs up. Let's see here. Talking about the Duramax again, great trucks. My brother-in-law actually has one. His is pretty new, probably 2014. He seems to love it.
Oh yeah, he's all about them.
Yeah, he pulls that gigantic 5th wheel around that we were just staying in all over Texas, everywhere else, works on the road with them. So great trucks. Out of my price range. And have you ever popped the hood on a diesel of any kind? You can't work on them. You can't fit nothing underneath them. Everybody's talking diesels. Y'all gonna make me want to get one. What's our guilty pleasures food wise? Too many. Actually, we've been talking the last couple of days that we're about to go on a diet. I am as heavy as I have ever been in my life. But probably, I don't know, probably one of our favorite things is give me a good old ribeye cook it rare. Oh my goodness. Delmonico ribeye, I love them. Get
Of
that
course,
fat marbling in them.
we did have turkey last night. Wild
Yes,
turkey
last night we
with some white
yep,
gravy.
we did country fried
Oh
steak,
yeah.
basically wild turkey smothered in white gravy. Not good for you, but oh so good. Probably one of my other favorite meals is chicken parmesan. We're big. She's got Italian in her, but we love Italian food too. Homemade deer jerky, can't beat that. Now again, I'll make some pretty good jerky, but I actually have to kill a deer to make the jerky. Blame the weight gain on COVID. I wish I could, but I can't. I'm the one that's put myself up at home here. Go to Ted's Montana Grill in Tallahassee. We've actually been there,
Yes.
and we tried one of those bison burgers. It was good, but I don't know if it was worth all the rage. But it was good. We have been there. Something to say to the old saying, "Fat and happy." Well, I'm pretty fat and pretty happy, so I guess you're right. Can I send you some of my jerky? If you'll send me a deer, I'll send you some jerky because I need a deer. Hello from Buffalo. Yep, I may build a garden thanks to you. That's right, Marauder Michelli, if I'm saying your name right. I've seen you comment quite a bit, so best of luck on building the garden. I hope you really do it. Little raised bed gardens are so easy to build, and you can grow so much in them. Just start with one. I always tell everybody like a 4x12, 4x16, you'll be shocked what you can grow in it. But it's awesome to get out there and plant something, get dirt under your fingernails, watch it grow, take care of it, actually harvest it, eat it. It tastes so much better than store bought, and I like the experience of it. That's why I like gardening and hunting and fishing. Do we have any Christmas traditions? Actually, we don't. People may think that we're a bit of a Grinch. I totally believe in Christmas and the true meaning of Christmas, but we tend to not celebrate it much because Christmas has turned into such a corporate holiday where it's about me, 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 and gimme, gimme, gimme. And I watch so many people go in debt and craziness over it that it's kind of spoiled some of it. So we tend to like Christmas for the true meaning only. And plus, I should admit that our anniversary is 3 days before Christmas, so we tend to just load up on anniversary gifts.
Well, we spend time with our families
Yeah, we
and
do.
we purchase for the kids and celebrate them, for Christmas. But
So traditions would be we have big family get-togethers for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then we'll have a small immediate family get-together. All right, what kind of truck do I have? I have two trucks here lately. An '01 2500 HD with a 6.0 gas engine in it. Been an amazing truck. Never left me stranded. I don't know if I'll ever get rid of the truck. I've had it forever. And then I just bought an '04 GMC 1500 to do all my errand running because it's really good on gas. And I picked it up for a pretty good price. So just had to do some minor repairs to it. I believe in old trucks because have you seen the price on the new trucks? No, thank you. These new trucks cost literally more than our first house. Let's see here. Try to get back. Dave, talk about some gardening stuff there. I'm glad it's growing for you. When am I going to buy a DeWalt battery powered framing nail gun? Funny you mentioned that. My buddy has one too. And when I held it last week and seen how heavy it was, I talked myself out of it. I just don't want the weight. That'll pass load, or however you pronounce it. Air nailer I have has been excellent, and I swear it feels half the weight of the DeWalt. But I do love their cordless stuff. It's nice. All right, William. Thanks for stopping by. Go jump in the shower. What's our interest outside of homestead projects? Honestly, we keep it pretty simple. We like going to the beach and doing a few things like that, but pretty much always on the boat. We love being on the water. We're both water babies. So if we're not here, on the property, doing projects, taking care of things, we're on a boat, we're on the water, we're on the beach. That is exactly what we do. And we're always hanging out with friends and doing cookouts. That's just kind of our summer and somewhat winter tradition. Might sound a bit boring, but that's what we love to do. We like to go socialize with people that we can really trust and love being around. And we want to be on a boat. We want to be in the water. Let's see here. You guys are we going to have a veggie stand next year? Probably not this coming up year. I've thought about it, but I am thinking about doing a little firewood stand. I've thought about that.
We've had enough people ask us for firewood.
Yeah, I've just sold a couple racks, and I really don't have enough to sell, so I've got to get in gear on that. See, 6.0 engine's a great engine. You got that right. That's a bulletproof engine. Don't make a whole lot of power, but it's great. Let's see here. Fence ideas. Function of cost for your horses. Yeah, I've been back and forth. We actually hang out with a lot of horse people. We're definitely probably not going to be doing barbed wire or nothing, but we're back and forth between field fence or an actual more expensive horse fence. Still kind of back and forth. We've had a lot of people tell us that you need to go with a specific small horse fence so they don't get hooves in.
Yeah.
Then we've had a lot of very, very popular horse people around here tell us kind of in private, you might be wasting your money going with that specific tight woven horse fence. So we're going to research that a little more. Let's see here. Still talking about trucks. That's okay. Sell veggies and firewood to be the busy bee. We sell. Yep. That's what I'm thinking about doing, and I'll kind of want to get in these fire pits and cookers. I have some really cool ideas coming up on the channel. I'm extremely excited about a cowboy cooker that I'm going to make. Just got to find the time to do it. So hopefully y'all like that. Did I look at other tractors before I purchased John Deere? Yes, I did. A couple brands. Looked at Kubota. Be honest with you, as weird as this may sound to y'all, the treadle pedal on Kubota was the biggest turnoff for me at all. I mean, number one biggest turnoff. I don't like a treadle pedal forward and reverse. I like independent pedals. It just feels better on my foot. And I also looked at, what's the red tractor brand? I was really considering them, Mahindra. I mean, they're the number one tractor dealer in the world. There's a dealer up there. But again, what truly sold me was my last John Deere was so reliable. I really wanted it. Wanted that reliability back, and I really wanted that 52 PTO horsepower that I have on this new tractor, and nobody else could offer that. So that's kind of why I stuck with John Deere. Let's see here. Yes, new trucks do cost as much as a sports car. I've had a few of those back in the day. We want to get on that subject. Have I thought about putting firewood in the IBC tote? Yes, I actually have. Hang on, let me check, make sure my battery's not going to die on my phone. It's getting low.
All right, I'll answer a question. So first, how did we meet?
Oh. Sorry, plugging in the phone. Here we are with our troubles again. So yeah, go ahead and answer how we met.
Well, I was going to prom, and he was at a different school than I was, and I had a friend of mine that just wanted to hook me up with this guy that she thought I was compatible with. She
said he was very cute.
And I said, okay, I'll meet him. So I met up with him after prom, and we've just been together ever since. And that was 16 and a half years ago.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
So honestly, as weird as that is, sorry, I'm still trying to plug this phone in.
Do you want me to get it?
We're so unorthodox here. Hopefully y'all enjoy the chaos. So that was the first and only blind date I've ever been on in my life. I didn't believe in blind dates. And, yeah, I met my wife on it. If I can get her in frame.
Is there a way we can get the fire in?
Nope.
A little bit? No?
Sorry.
Okay.
Not without me going and getting a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, I mean, can we put it down here?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It might flip over. Nope.
Okay.
This little phone, it's going to do what it's going to do. Sorry, we will be better prepared next time. Do we have any chickens? Nope, but that is the first animal we think we want to get. Exactly, no treadle pedal. I agree with you. Hopefully you can scoot a little closer to me. What's your favorite kind of music? Yeah, I knew that was going to come up. So this is where we're going to shock y'all a lot, because y'all, I'm sure y'all watch the channel and go, oh, he likes folk music and everything else and all. No, it's just fitting for the farm life. But probably my number one music is rock, and I mean hard rock. I really like hard rock, but we're both huge 60s, 70s, well, 70s and 80s rock fans too. Like one of my favorite bands of all time is Creedence. Love Creedence.
Yes.
I like Led Zeppelin, all that. But then we're also big fans of where we live of country music, but not this new stuff. I do not get into this new stuff at all. We like the Hank, the Waylon, the George Jones.
Southern rock.
Yes.
I mean country.
Yeah, well, that too. Of course, we like Leonard Skinner, all that. But number one choice would be rock. Love rock and roll. And then I have a soft spot too for good old country. Love it. But with that said, we listen to a little bit of everything. We honestly do. I know a lot of people say that, but we listen to everything. Tiffany, what do you like? Tiffany, do you like doing the cooking videos? Why does she look like she doesn't like them?
I do, and I actually just got a Blackstone for my anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So I made some hibachi on it the other night, which Andrew was kind of partial to, but that's okay.
I'm not a big hibachi fan.
And we've cooked on it almost every single night. So yeah, I enjoy cooking when I have time to cook.
Yep.
So
And he said, "What you going to cook next?" We were actually going to do fajitas on the channel
tonight, yeah.
but we've kind of sat out here and yacked our head off, and we'll eventually get to those.
And with the whole computer situation now,
Yeah, we're just not even going to try to move stuff inside now. We made smash burgers on it earlier today. Those were really good.
Yeah.
So just got the griddle, trying to figure it out. We've always kind of been, grilling type of people. So we got to figure the griddle thing out. Let's see here, just got me some ribs and fixings. I'm going to hop off. All right, Brad, thank you so much. You're
you.
one of our biggest supporters, no doubt. Always commenting. Appreciate you swinging by. Go enjoy those ribs. You like Blake Shelton songs? Speaking of that, she couldn't stand Blake Shelton for the longest time. I like Blake. Then we started watching The Voice. Now I think she kind of started liking
his newer stuff is a lot
liking
better.
Blake.
Yeah.
But I like his old stuff and I like his new stuff, honestly. So we like Blake Shelton too. What profession other than my own or other than your own would you like to try and not try? Well, I can tell you, coming from an industrial paper mill, I don't want to try that profession again. It was very taxing, a lot of 12, 16 crazy hour days, on call 24/7. Don't miss that. And the profession that I honestly want to try is what I'm attempting to do right now, which is so strange. My family thinks I'm crazy. I have never been a fan of getting in front of the camera. I don't like pictures, didn't like videos. So to actually try this YouTube thing, they all think, is this boy crazy? What has happened? So I really want to try this. Whether it works out or not, who knows? We're going to give it a shot for a while, at least till the house is done. If it doesn't work out, I just go back and get a normal job. So I'm kind of living that dream right now. I'm trying that. Let's see here. 7 to 10 a.m., 3 to 6 p.m. is what one farm up here does for open hours. They clean up. You go fishing during the slow hours. I wish I fished more than I did. I've been trying here lately. Y'all have probably seen no fishing videos on another channel. They're not biting, but in case y'all haven't noticed, I am a glutton for punishment and chores and projects. I don't find slow time. I always find something to do. I had to stay busy, and I get that from my dad. Oh, that's right. We were talking about the IBC totes until I think I fumbled around with the camera. They're actually extremely expensive here. I just finally found somebody that's selling them reasonable, but literally $125, $135 is what people are asking. Although on Facebook, I just stumbled across somebody selling them for, I don't know, 35 or 50 bucks. So that's why I've never used them for firewood. But now seeing that there's people starting to come off the price, that makes it a little more affordable and something I probably will entertain down the road. Actually, we don't live in any town. We live out in the middle of nowhere. We're about 30 minutes east of Tallahassee. And speaking of Bell, my uncle used to own the Napa Auto Parts there, so I'm very familiar with Bell. That's kind of out in the middle of nowhere too, but it's not too far of a shot over to Stark or Gainesville or back to Brantford. So Bell's a nice,
very country.
Yeah, very country, just like here. Let's see here. All right, come on back. Well, your greatest accomplishment in life? Without a doubt, marrying this woman. Oh. No, I did really good here. I couldn't ask for a better wife, no doubt. And I don't tell her that enough. And I'm having y'all bring it out of me, and I don't say it around here enough. But I married a good woman. That was a great accomplishment there. I'm pretty proud of the way that I was raised and grown up. Didn't get strung into drugs or anything crazy like that. Proud of my upbringing. So, I consider that a good accomplishment in today's crazy world. It's easy to kind of, fall off the horse, so to speak. Other than that, I consider an accomplishment that we haven't gotten a crazy amount of debt and some of the other worldly things going on. So I guess I don't have real specific accomplishments other than maybe marriage. So happy that I have dreamed since a child to own property like this. So that's a big accomplishment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I am living my dream, and I'm trying to share that with y'all. And luckily, I have a wife that is all for this type of a dream too. So that's a big accomplishment there. I've always dreamed about this property. I'll tell y'all about that story one day. It's kind of long-winded, but I can remember how old I was, exactly what I was doing, exactly what was going on when the dream was ignited inside of me for property. So we'll talk about that another day. Love all the videos. Hey, thank you. Thank you so much for the support, Robert. What destination would you like to travel and see? I'll let you answer that one. You always talking about wanting to go.
Yeah, I mean, anything Caribbean.
Caribbean.
We've been to a couple places like Mexico about probably 3 or 4 times, and
Mexico, maybe 5 times. I don't
yeah.
know.
So we want to do some more like, is it Eastern or
Yeah, I want to do Eastern
yeah.
Caribbean, St. Martin, St. Thomas. I've never seen those kind of volcanic islands, I guess is what they are, and Tahiti. Oh,
Yeah.
Tahiti. I want to see that
We
place
do
so
want to
bad.
go to Alaska.
Alaska'd be nice,
Yes.
and New Zealand is on my bucket
Yeah.
list. What an amazing and beautiful place. I guess since we're still rambling on about that, Wyoming or Montana, I also want to see so bad. They look so gorgeous, especially with the snow on the ground, the elk in the background, the mountains. So there's some of the places I'd love to see. Great partnership with your man or woman is essential to managing to keep this big property under control. You got that right. So you heard him. You're gonna have to start pitching in on these chores a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna take both of us to work this property
Yeah. I
into
wish
what we
I was
expect.
here with him to
Yeah.
do it all with him.
Eventually that may happen, but with all the animals and things that we're expecting to have down the road, I can't do it alone. It's going to take 2 of us, no doubt. See here, I want to go to the tractor, to the food plot, and to the bed. That's where I want to go. All right. Do you plan on putting anything fancy in your house like a movie theater? Absolutely not. When we first started designing our house, we did get fancy. Upstairs loft, game room, pool table, all that stuff. The more realistic we've become and making our mind up about wanting to build this ourselves and attempt to pay for this ourselves and be debt free in our 30s, all those fancy things are out, with the exception of we have splurged like crazy on porches, like 1,400 square foot of porches, including an outdoor kitchen, because as you can barely see with the fire burning in the background, we are outdoor people. So we want to do a nice patio, maybe a pool, outdoor fire pit, sitting area, cooking area. So
That's where we're splurging is
that's where
outside.
we're
We'll
going to
have a
splurge.
pool, nice kitchen out there. So yeah.
All right, Shane asked, how was New Zealand is good. How was dove hunting this year? Mostly local birds. That's exactly right, Shane. Every single year, all I get is local birds. So if you watch some of my food plot videos, I tend to plant winter oats, which I have now for the deer. I let them grow all the way into the spring. They get 5, 6 foot tall, put seed on everywhere. I chop them, put them on the ground. That starts getting the local birds familiar with my plot. They'll start coming in June. And then eventually I'll plant brown top millet, keeping those birds there because they've got accustomed to coming. And our first 2 shoots this year were amazing. Probably 300 bird shoots. We got 80 on the ground, but we probably had 300 birds come our first 2 shoots on 6 acres. So absolutely amazing for such a small food plot. But definitely local birds. They're already gone now, and I won't see them again until March if we get a really cold winter and the season's out by then. Would love to see an Instagram from our channel. Well, Harrison, we actually have one. If you'll go look at the Kelly's Outdoor and the Kelly's Country Life, I'm not on there as much as I should be, but we do have one on there. Dave asked, do you want to ride in the arena?
Well, I love to English ride, so I'll probably have a couple poles set up and probably just a round pen just for working the horses and, training them. But other than that, probably just a couple things out there.
Yep. And do we have a Facebook channel? Not really.
No, we need to get on that.
We need to make one. I've had a personal one, but I never use it. I've just kind of never really been into, there's a lot of drama on Facebook, but there's good stuff too. Don't get me wrong. But we have yet to make one for the channel. That's something we're going to work on. I'll be honest with you. I have just about all the time I can handle doing these projects and doing YouTube and editing all these videos, much less doing a little bit of Instagram. I don't think I have time to do a Facebook channel, but she's really good on social media. That's something we've talked about, maybe her trying to start doing for us. So we're going to get there. Got to go, says Kenneth. Hey, appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for your support.
Yeah, thanks so much for the support. All right. Bubba Jones says, how much anxiety was it cracking the factory seal on that 4066? And he appreciate the fact that I dug in. I was hoping some people would appreciate that because I looked around on YouTube, and other than one crazy video on YouTube, there's just nobody doing that. So honestly, I don't get anxiety on that type of stuff. A lot of y'all don't know, but I used to own a car stereo shop many, many, many years ago. And I did that for 7.5 years. And I worked on some pretty fancy vehicles. And that anxiety went away then. When you would have to get brand new Corvettes and sports cars or brand new diesel trucks that were outrageous, brand new boats, and cut into them and tear them apart. that anxiety kind of went away, and it doesn't really bother me much nowadays. I just go slow, methodical, just try to stay safe, don't break nothing. If something's not budging, I'll step back, think about it, Google it, YouTube it. So the taking the roof off didn't really bother me a whole lot, but hopefully a lot of people find that useful for changing out some of the stuff up there. But hopefully all y'all's tractors, um, sorry, trying to read too. Hopefully all your tractors don't give you any problems. Is wild turkey better than tame turkey?
Oh, yeah.
I figured she'd answer that one correctly. There is no comparison. I cannot stand store-bought turkey. And tame turkey, I don't really eat a whole lot of like in-pen turkey, but anything that's corn-fed and all like that, I'd imagine it can't taste as good as wild turkey that's out there eating acorns and everything else and bugs and everything else they eat. But wild turkey is without a doubt my favorite wild game. It tastes so good. What are we watching right now? Netflix, Hulu, YouTube. YouTube, I have started stumbling across like the Made in Poland channel, Project Farm. I watch a lot of Capper Outdoors with the Morgans, Back 40. I mean, anything with firewood, chainsaw, or building right now, I'm obsessed with. Metalworking, you name it. On Hulu, a lot of our shows are not really on right now. We were watching
Ozark.
Ozark.
Ozark, yeah.
That was a very suspenseful show.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. Love
We're waiting
Yellowstone.
for all those
Yep.
to come back on, really. So we're kind of, oh, well, you like Superstore.
Superstore is kind of funny, but honestly, we really don't watch a lot of TV. We are outside by a fire almost
Yeah.
every night. We sometimes will go a week and not watch nothing. It's just we don't really care.
Mhm.
And we watch The Voice, so that's kind of the few things we're in right now. And asked, this is a popular question: do I have feral hogs out here? Believe it or not, no. You go 10 miles down the road, yes, hogs everywhere. I think we have so many bears here. That's why we don't have hogs. I have swamp everywhere around me. I should have hogs all over the place. Kind of wish I did in a way because I like eating them, but I don't want them tearing my food plot up. I'm all out here in the fields either. But had this property for 7 years, only ever seen one hog, and I really think it's the bears. I don't know what else is running them off. Dave says he was feeling the stress when the roof come off. Nah, you'll get over that stuff. See, Robert just said, just told my wife that I texted you and she was so excited. Really loves the videos and all the things that you do.
Oh,
Best of luck always.
cool.
Thank you so much, Robert. We truly do appreciate the support. We really do. Let's see here. I made it back. I'll eat turkey.
On a
Any
plate.
turkey on a plate. Yeah, well, oh, that old dry store-bought turkey ain't for me, but I will eat it deep fried. Now, wild turkey, yes, I'll take all I can get. Can't wait for Ozark to come back on. We can't either, although
Yeah.
we're sad to hear it's the last season. And our favorite TV show, we kind of really don't have one, to be honest with you.
Well, we like The Voice.
I say we do. We'll get excited when it comes back on, get to watching it, get a few episodes in, then we're kind of like,
Yeah.
we don't hardly ever finish it.
I watched The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
Oh yeah, Bachelor and Bachelorette, all those fake guys getting paid $1 million. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be super happy too. Yeah. All right, let's see. I've been in Florida my whole life, never seen a bear or a bobcat in person. Believe it or not, I have had thousands of bear pictures from this property, and I have never seen one in person myself. Those things are sketchy. They just do not come out. But I have seen one, maybe two bears driving around through some of this state forest around here. But they just don't like to be seen. I've got them here all the time. I'll get pictures sent to my phone from a wireless game cam. We'll be inside, have just come in from walking the dog, and there'll be a bear 100 yards back here
Yeah.
beside us, and we never knew it. That's the way it is. Do we have any pet peeves?
Ah.
We're gonna have to start a whole nother
Yeah.
live stream. Yeah, well, one of the biggest ones that come to mind that I can think of, I can't stand being late, and I can't stand for anybody else being late. When I say I'm going to be on time, I'm early.
Yeah.
That's a big pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
I was raised that way. If you're on time, you're late. Was the way I was raised. What's one of your big pet peeves?
I can't stand people dragging their feet in the store. I will actually kind of leave the store if somebody's like dragging their feet. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy. And because I'm a physical therapist assistant, it's like, "Ugh, pick up your feet.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be. She's also a
Oh,
clean.
styrofoam.
Oh,
I can't
Just can't stand
stand the noise of styrofoam.
but I thought it was going to be that she's a clean freak. So she doesn't like dirty stuff and things left out. Of course, you look around the shop and you're like, for real?
I'm working on him on
Yeah,
the shop.
she's working on me. Well, yeah, I know. We got stuff everywhere. We moved over, but yeah. We have a pile more, but there's one of our big ones. I cannot stand not being prompt. Can't stand it. How long does it take me to make a video? Another good question.
Very good question.
They vary, but you would be shocked. Literally, some of these jobs can take 3 times as long to do because moving cameras, getting angles, changing batteries, just getting set up. I mean, it takes a lot of time and effort. I'm shocked I've stuck with it the way I have, but I really do enjoy it. So it may take me all day long to work on the storm shelter, for example. Then I might go inside and edit for 1 to 2 hours. And then it may take another hour and a half to 2 hours to upload over this hotspot connection. So you're looking at a full day to watch one of these 12 to 20 minute videos. I mean, it's very involved, but I love it. I'm passionate about it and can't wait to do more. Now I'm learning to, software is getting better, computers are getting better, and I can speed up the process. So eventually, it's not uncommon for me to make 2 videos in a day, but I'm grinding to make that happen. You're up pretty late making it happen. It also depends on the type of shots and how many camera setups I got. Like if I was just going to come out here and vlog to y'all like some channels do, I can make 5 videos a day because it's one clip, really not much to edit, and go post it. But all the different action shots, I may have 30 clips to make up one video and have to edit a bunch of pieces out of them, then go look for music. I love putting music on there, so it's all over the place. Let's see here, some more questions. It's crazy how something as big as a bear can just blend in and never be notified until you're about to step on them. That's exactly right. And they're so quiet to have such big feet. I've had plenty of friends hunt around here and actually seen bears. And a lot of times they're up on them before they even knew it. It's crazy how quiet they make, just like a deer. I mean, it's just insane. What sound or noise do I love? And what sound or noise do I hate? I kind of like the sound of a welder, as weird as that is. It's mechanical, it's tools, it's putting things together. A sound that I absolutely hate. I hate high-pitched noises and sounds like circular saw, a train horn, things like that. That's why y'all always see me wearing earbuds. I'm listening to music, but I'm blocking loud sounds out. Loud, high-pitched sounds drive me up the wall. Can't stand it at all. Sometimes it'd be good to see how long a job took so you can see us mere mortars don't feel bad. And Dave, I've actually been toying with that idea here lately. I've thought about making a behind the scenes video to where I'll literally run 2 to 3 cameras to make one video. But what I'll do is actually go set a camera up, then record me setting cameras up to get a shot. So if y'all think y'all might want to see a behind the scenes video like that to see how I'll put it all together, it may be very boring to some people. It'll just be me going through and showing exactly what I have to do to get drone imagery, to set cameras up, the mounts I use, how I hang them. I mean, I do some crazy stuff. Got stuff hanging off of ladders, tops of roofs, just to get some of the shots that I get. So if y'all want to see that, I may make that one day. Actually, Andy, excellent idea. I could live stream the whole job one day, but that could be an 8-hour live stream too. So we'll have to find a small job to do. Something the other day, like taking the roof off the tractor, probably would have been an excellent job to live stream. Maybe I might live stream changing the speakers and stereo out in that one day. But if y'all really want to see how I do all the camera angles and setup, that's going to be pretty involved. But I can do it if I get enough requests. Connor, you got some questions. You're getting deep on me. Let's see here. If you were reincarnated as some other plant or animal, what would it be? Man, I've never really thought about that, to be honest with you.
Something that wouldn't get ate.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a horrible plant that nobody's going to mess with.
Poison
ivy. I'd like to be poison ivy. Leave me alone. So there you go. All right. I had a YouTube channel called The Outdoor Resident, and it's a lot of work set up. Yes, it is a lot of work, Harrison, without a doubt. Hush, bullet. Wow. So there's a video on YouTube where a bear charges a hunter, knocks the air off the rest. Yeah, I'll have to see that. I'm surprised I haven't already seen it. It sounds like a viral video. All right. Solo Asylum says, when you hit 100,000 subs, cook out at your place. That may be a while, but we have faith that we'll eventually get there. And actually, one cool thing we're going to do, because we're going to be doing the outdoor kitchen on the house, I'm envisioning in the future that we start doing like a Sunday or Friday. I mean, it's hard to not compete with other channels for time. A lot of people do live streams, but we want to do, you know, like a hangout and cookout live stream. I get what you're saying, but we want to kind of make that a weekly thing where you're on the back porch, and
Yeah.
in the summertime we might be diving off in the pool. In the winter we might have the fire lit, and I kind of had an idea that maybe we start letting y'all know, you know, a week in advance, hey, we're going to cook this on such and such a date. So if y'all want to buy the ingredients and cook along with us, I don't know. I got a lot of ideas, but we may do a cookout. It just may start with a live stream. But 100,000 subs, yeah, I certainly hope we get there. But if we don't, hey, at least we tried. We're having fun along the way. And like I've always said about this channel, the one good thing about it is if this doesn't work out and we, you know, this dream doesn't come true, we've got all this awesome content and videos that we can go back and look at one day and just kind of see how we got where we got. Because you do that with pictures all the time. You're like, man, I forgot how small those trees were. This place wasn't cleared out. I mean, so it's cool to go back and watch the videos ourselves. I do that from time to time just to kind of see how things have progressed and changed around here.
Our own home videos.
All right, who would I most like to be? Be honest with you, I am happy in my own skin. I really am. I feel blessed and happy. I'm sure I know we all probably dream about being wealthy or being this certain type of person, but I don't guess I really think about that kind of stuff too much. I'm content and happy in my skin, and kind of, you know, kind of want to do this dream that I have here. Outdoors with the Morgans just popped up on my screen. Get off there. Not on here. Their video. So you'll get their subs, have a snowball effect. I certainly hope so, and I'm starting to see a little bit of that this month. And it's just all about this YouTube algorithm. I'll post one video that I put so much time and effort in, get 800 views, and then I'll have one like where I was talking about a couple tractor attachments a year ago. I don't know, it's got 150, 200,000 views because the right words hit the YouTube algorithm perfectly. They plugged me on the right channel, and the views just flooded in. So the way I look at it is keep making content. The people will come. Eventually I'll get plugged in the YouTube algorithm, but I'm not going to sweat none of that. I'm just going to keep making what I enjoy making. And I want to attract the right type of people. That's why I said I'm not in that clickbait stuff. It blows my mind how many channels I'll watch that I really respect the people, and they'll have their wives or significant other out there bent over in a thumbnail, tight pants, in a bikini, building something makes no sense. Like, we're not that type of channel. And if I got to grow slow producing the content that I do and attracting the people interested that are in it, interested in it, excuse me, I'm getting tongue tied. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be, you know, an honest type of channel. So hopefully y'all see that in us. Let's see here. If you go back to a job, would you still do the videos? Probably, but it would depend on the job. Because I can tell you my last job, it required a lot of my time, a lot. Let's see here. People hate to do it, but once you have to push that like and subscribe thing until it takes off on its own. Yeah. Andy, I am not doing that to my wife, and it's her choice too. She doesn't want to do that. I don't care if you would promise us $1 million tomorrow. I'm not a sellout. I think it's sleazy. I can't stand when I see that. I've actually unsubscribed from a lot of channels when I see that, and there's some that I'm still on the fence about now. It's like, why are you doing that? You make good enough content. You make good videos that's about things that people are interested in. Quit with all that clickbait titles or clickbait thumbnails.
There's enough of that already on the TV
I
and
can't
everything.
stand it.
I mean,
I just feel like you're being a sellout when you do that. So I get it, Andy. We're not those type of people. What's my motto? Do I have a motto? Life's a beach. Just dig it. Joe Dirt. No. No. Actually, I do have a motto. It's not a quoted saying, but I can't stand when people tell me they can't do something. And I always say, if you can't figure it out between Google and YouTube, something's wrong with you. And I always tell people, I think you could build a spaceship if you really wanted to, if you really tried, between all the information that's available on Google and YouTube. So I hate to hear people say, I can't do that. Yes, you can. If you want to do it bad enough, the internet is a horrible thing at times and an amazing thing at times. You can figure out how to do just about anything you want. Let's see here. You'll meet some cool people too. Really, Connor, be yourself. That's the only person you can be. Yep. Let's see, Andy.
I like that.
Dave. Yeah, get him, Dave. And Oh.
Yeah, he wasn't saying that you in the bikini.
You think people would watch that? Actually, in today's world, I mean, I just threw up my mouth, Dave, but today's world, people may really be interested in that.
Easy.
I'm not getting in a bikini. I promise y'all. We would lose subscribers so quick. What's up, buddy? How are you? JVR Oso? All right. What was the first song y'all danced to at y'all's wedding?
We didn't dance at our wedding.
We did a lot of dancing before the wedding, though. We do like to dance. We do.
We had a very small, intimate
Yeah, tell them
wedding
about our wedding.
at his mom's house, and we just had the music that we walked down the aisle to, which was, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank right now. I can only imagine.
Yeah, that I knew that's what it
Yes.
was. I was
Oh,
I was going to get so
drop.
upset, sad if she didn't get it.
I just fell a drop of rain.
Oh well, if it starts raining, it starts raining. So yeah, we had a very simple wedding, paid out of pocket,
Yeah.
kept it nice and simple. We're still just as married, so happy with it.
Yes.
In my mom's backyard, it was a beautiful wedding, very immediate family. So we didn't want to do nothing big, extravagant, and start our lives out in a bunch of debt. So just kind of the type of decisions that we make. All right, let's see here. How do I like my coffee? Oh, she likes her.
I like coffee with my creamer.
That's exactly right. I was gonna say that, but luckily she answered it. I like a bold, strong coffee, but I do like a little bit of creamer in there. Not like she does. I mean, she makes one of those basically iced coffees. Oh my goodness, it's so sweet. Like I said, there's no coffee in her coffee. It takes many a beer to get me in a bikini. Well, I don't know that I want to see that at the Solo Asylum. How many years have I had my 4066R and I haven't had any major problems with it? I've had it for 2 years. I'm over 400 hours and I've had two issues. One, the fuel gauge quit working about 100 hours in. I think something got stuck in the float because it did not take long for it to work itself back loose, and fuel gauge has been working fine ever since. The second issue I just did a video on. I had a blower motor go bad up in the roof. And my AC wouldn't blow out of half the side of the John Deere. So replace that blower motor. Like I said, video's just out. That's it. So for $128, I've got it back running good. Let's see here, some other videos, because I am starting to feel some raindrops. Dave said they had no dancing either. All right, well, we got something in common. Y'all are not dancers. We are dancers. We cut up too much sometimes. Welcome back, team. I got to figure out. Danger? I got to figure out how to pronounce y'all's names better. I recognize y'all because y'all comment all the time. Just want to say you have a very well-spoken style when you do your videos. It reminds me of watching one of those TV shows and build trucks, swing house down. Well, thank you so much. Other than my southern slang, I'm glad to hear that I'm speaking clearly enough for y'all to understand. I appreciate that. How long you had your county line log splitter? Looked at one videos about myself. Probably over a year. Just had my first issue there, but it was not the splitter's fault. Had a weird issue of getting bad gas. Never got bad gas in my life. So I had to drain everything out and put fresh gas in it. It's been perfect ever since. I guess I have had one issue. The cutter edge on the splitter head had rolled back on me when I cut a really hard knot in a live oak stump. But other than that, it's been a wonderful log splitter. Starts first to second pull every time, and it's split anything I've put in it. I can't imagine needing anything any bigger. I'd love to have one of those big, quick commercial ones, but for the money, that county line is hard to beat. All right, see, Kubota M9000. Hey, there's a lot of people who have those Kubotas and love them. And thanks, Ryan. He says he never misses a video. We truly do appreciate the support.
Thank you for the support.
Yeah, thank you so much. What people have had the biggest impact in my life? Without a doubt, probably my father, my mother, and my grandfather was an amazing man. He had both his legs blown off in the Korean War, which everybody knows is a forgotten war. Never really got the respect he deserved for that. Walked around on prosthetic, heavy wooden prosthetic legs his whole life. And I can honestly say to this day, I never once heard my grandfather complain. Good Christian man, preached after he got out of the hospital, double amputee, climbed up on the lawnmower, mowed, grew a garden, did cane grinding, everything. I mean, just an amazing man. So without a doubt. He's probably had one of the biggest impacts in my life, and it's no wonder that my father turned out being a good man as well. And my mom's a saint, so I'm very blessed to grow up in the family that I have. I don't take that for granted. I see a lot of people that don't grow up in good families, so pretty blessed. Joshua says, loved all your videos, learned a lot. Well, Joshua, thank you so much for the support, and I'm glad you've learned. Well, I'll try to, and hopefully I'm not teaching it, y'all. I'm not big on the DIY teaching you type of videos where I'm talking at you, but I try to do it in a way that hopefully y'all are learning, and a lot of y'all have commented that, so I'm glad to hear that. For some reason, people don't consider Florida the South. Well, there's certain parts. Everybody thinks Florida is beaches and Miami and Jacksonville and all that, which, I mean, Jacksonville's got some country too. That's where she comes from, Middleburg and all. But yeah, you get south of Kissimmee or up here in North Florida, it's pretty southern. I've been to a lot of places, and people ask me, where are you from, with that accent in Florida? Florida? Yeah, I'm from Florida, out in the sticks. All right. Any more questions? Oh, there we go. Have I ever had any trespassers on property? Thank goodness, no, but I'm nervous that eventually one day that could happen. That bothers me. I can't stand trespassers. I can't stand thieves. But we actually live in a pretty good area. Crime's pretty low, and have yet to run into any issue with that. So very thankful there. What question do I want to answer that hasn't been asked so far? You know, I made a list of questions, and they're in that phone that I'm streaming off of right now, and I can't get to them. So that's probably why I have to do a Q&A video one day. Probably, I've answered it before, but probably one of the biggest questions, bar none, that I get on the channel is, why don't I bale hay? So we'll answer that one real quick. Hay is a dime a dozen around here. Everybody does it. It's so cheap. Nobody's moving a whole bunch of equipment here to do this little bit of pasture that I have. Not that I kind of really want a whole lot of people on the property, to be honest with you. So that's why I don't do hay. Everybody says I'm putting too many hours and burning too much diesel in the tractor out there cutting it. Well, that's what I bought a tractor for. Tractor is my therapy. I love getting in that tractor and mowing that. And I planted that pasture. Eventually it's going to be, getting grazed by animals. They'll do our mowing and baling our hay, so to speak. So that's probably the biggest question I get asked. Why don't I bale hay? Why do I mow that pasture so much? I like it. Leave me alone. People say the same about my accent. Well, I don't know where you're from, A Outdoors. You may have told me, but you're probably from down here with me. Let's see here. Do you like the Gulf Coast or Atlantic Coast in Florida? Personally, I like the Gulf Coast better, especially where we're at. It's quaint, it's reserved, it's quiet. Atlantic does have more beautiful looking water, especially once you get down south. But we get that nice turquoise water over here on the Gulf too. Of course, she's an Atlantic girl. She's always over going to St. Augustine.
Yeah, I love the beaches.
All those other places. She's always traveling over there. Have I killed a deer yet? No, I have been trying. I've been hunting so much.
Yes.
This is one of the worst years ever for me. I'm seeing plenty of does and yearlings, but no. And I got plenty of bucks on camera. They're all at nighttime. They went nocturnal on me, so no deer. Does it bother me to be so far away from civilization every day, about a medical emergency or anything like that? No. That's one thing I have craved. Believe it or not, we actually talked years ago. We were kind of playing a little, but we'd even joked, kind of seriously talked about maybe going to Alaska. Like, I crave the solitude, even though here I am on YouTube trying to talk to a bunch of people and attract a bunch of subscribers, but I love it out here. And honestly, we have a huge city that's 30 minutes to a, bunch of hospitals, and then we have another hospital that's 15 minutes down the road. So to me, that doesn't feel far. A lot of people are in cities and, hey, I got a hospital 5 miles down the road, but it may take you 30 minutes to get there, and mine's 15 miles away, and it takes me 15 minutes to get there because I just get on a 4-lane road and I'm out in the middle of nowhere. So no, that doesn't bother me. I actually love being out here. I love my solitude. Let's see here. You guys have cottonmouths up there? Absolutely. I've killed a few on the property this year. Actually popped a couple of them in our videos, but cottonmouth is probably our most common venomous snake up here. Don't see a whole lot of rattlesnakes anymore. From Avon Park in Middle State. Yep, I've heard of that. Mo Master, like your name. Lived in Middleburg from Orange Park. Well, that's where she was originally from. So North Carolina, that's a beautiful state too.
Yes. Middleburg is growing up so much.
Yes,
oh my
it's
gosh.
not the same anymore.
They're building like an interstate through right there in where Blanding is, and right before you get to Orange Park, it's crazy.
Yep. Have I ever been on vacation to Niagara Falls? Nope, never been up there, but we've been all the way up to Pennsylvania on an 8th grade trip. We used to do a lot of vacationing in North Carolina, Tennessee. You go up there, watch the leaves change. And then we've been to Mexico quite a few times, but don't really do a whole lot of vacation, to be perfectly honest with you.
I like these questions coming up here.
What was the worst thing that happened in my life?
Being on shift work.
Shift work was horrible, but honestly, probably watching her go through all the surgeries and complications she had early in our marriage. I mean, it sucked. It really sucked. Farm rural life is the greatest. Absolutely, Brian. Dave Gamble. We've got browns, red bellies, and tiger snakes around here. And if you're talking the browns I'm thinking of, those are highly venomous. So no thank you. Luckily, we pretty much deal with 2 types around here. Connor Fairchild. What's my secret talent? What's my secret talent, babe?
Your comedy.
Well, that's not much of a secret. I was voted wittiest in high school, but y'all may be surprised with the live stream here that I tend to keep my videos a bit straightforward, but I'm a huge cut up.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's a talent.
He's very talented in almost anything. I mean, you can fix anything. I mean, anything you put your mind to, you do it. So.
That's because I've got Google and YouTube.
Yeah.
So I really don't know, to be perfectly honest with you. Is it the I-10 construction done over there? I haven't been to Jacksonville or Middleburg in a while, and she takes back roads usually, don't you?
If you're...
Oh, yeah. Remember all the overpasses and stuff that was going in?
I don't think it's done yet.
It'll never be done. It's like Orlando. It'll never be done. From Michigan. Oh, I bet it's chilly up there, buddy. What's the worst tool that I have bought? I'm gonna have to think about that one. I try to buy decent quality stuff, but I have to get back to you on that one. I can't. One's not popping up that I just hated and threw right away. My wife and I just moved in our cabin in Western Virginia, another very beautiful state. So best of luck with your cabin. Do we play any instruments or sing? I figured that one was coming. I used to play guitar a little, and she's been begging me to pick one up and play again. I honestly can't even remember it. And I hate to admit this, but used to play the trumpet in high school. Yeah, I'm going to get ragged for that one. Old bald guy playing trumpet. So, I don't know. Yeah, I did. But I can pick a little guitar. That's about it. Sing. Yeah, I can sing in the shower. That's about it.
And I can't play anything.
Yep. All right, Kenneth, you're back. Yeah, you did lie. You said you were gone.
Welcome back.
Yep, we're here again, TNA. Just caught up with the previous live videos. Yeah, sorry about that, man. We're struggling. Apparently the phone's the way to do a live stream here. Huge Seminole fan. All right, well, go Seminoles. I agree, but I'm not into football like I used to be, but I'll definitely take Seminoles over Gators. Where in Florida are we? We're up near Tallahassee, so kind of north central, starting to head to northwest part of the state. Not too terribly far from Georgia when you really think about it. Do we go to church? We used to a lot, and kind of running, that could be a whole nother subject there. So we definitely are Christians. I definitely believe in God, and we pray, and we're thankful for everything that we have. Grew up in a very religious family. Church is kind of another one of those things that around here has become like Christmas has to us. A lot of people go there for their own reasons, and there's been kind of a lot of drama and issues, and there's just a lot of things with church that has kind of made us steer away from it some. And I think it's just because we haven't found the right church. There for a while we thought we did find the right church, and lo and behold, a lot of drama popped up in that one.
Yeah.
And when you start
with the preacher too,
when you start going to a place that you feel further from God than closer, I guess you can say we kind of broke away from some of that. And we have no problem with church at all. I just don't think we found the right one. Honestly, I joke around a lot, but this property and outdoors and all, I feel like is my church. I mean, I pray a lot and think, have a really clear mind and feel close to God out here. I really do. Might not be the exact response that you're looking for there, but
well, we kind of do our own thing. Like I listen to a lot of Joel and Joyce,
Yeah,
and
she
just
likes
do my
Joyce a lot.
own devotionals and studies and all that. So yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess you can say we're still looking.
Yeah, there's not a lot here in this area, but yeah.
Let's see here. Go Gators. No. You know what? Tim Kelly, you sure you're not my
Uncle.
uncle? Because my uncle Tim Kelly is the biggest Gator fan
He
on earth.
is, yeah.
This has got to be him. You're lying to me. Yeah. Let's see here. Have you ever been to Wisconsin? Never have. Actually, I have family that lives up in Louisville, so that's as far over that direction as I've been. Barely into Ohio, been all over Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina. Mac, yeah, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah,
I am so sorry. We've
the internet.
Yep. So we've tried to figure out how to live stream on a phone now, and it's working out much better. So apparently that's what we're going to do every week. I bought all these cables and try to do nice cameras, and I think we're just going to live stream off a phone.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So welcome back, Mac. How's everything going? Going great. Can't complain. Other than trying to rain on us, so we might have to cut this short here, but we'll see. What do I prefer, salt or freshwater? You know what you prefer.
Salt water.
Yeah. See, I like saltwater fish. I love going offshore, but nothing beats birds chirping, canopied trees over a river. I love freshwater for the scenery. I think I like saltwater for probably eating the fish. So it's a toss up. I like them both. Luckily, I live in an area where we can do both. Any Bigfoots on my property? Yeah, Bigfoot bear. Have quite a few 350-pound bear, but nope, I ain't seen old Bigfoot just yet. Yeah, Louisville's like 8 hours from Wisconsin. That's still 8 hours too far from me. How often are we doing live streams? We don't know. This is our first one. We kind of thought we'd figure it out, and I'll be honest with you, we've got triple the turnout I was even remotely expecting.
Yeah, I mean, do y'all want to see us?
That's up to y'all how often we do live streams.
Yeah.
Do y'all enjoy this yakking? Do y'all want us to do more? We've got some ideas for live streams, but if y'all want to see more of them, let us know. You wouldn't mind one same time every Sunday. All right, duly noted. Are you into Star Trek, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, or Star Wars? Connor, you have just hit a pet peeve. There's one of those pet peeves from earlier of my wife's. She is not into any of those. I actually like Lord of the Rings. That's the reason I want to go to New Zealand so bad. Country's beautiful. Watched a little bit of Star Wars. I'm not into the new stuff. It's too animated. The original Star Wars, I did like. Harry Potter and the other stuff, no, don't watch it at all. But I do like Lord of the Rings. Let's see here. All right, Harrison. Appreciate you stopping by.
Not.
Favorite river to fish in Florida is the Withlacoochee. Now, Tim, I've got to ask, is that the North Withlacoochee or South Withlacoochee? Because there is actually two of those in Florida. So a lot of people talk about that, and I don't know which one they're talking about. Max says he'd like to see more live streams. All right.
All right.
Duly noted. Do we cook at home a lot or go out?
We cook a lot at home.
Mm-hmm.
We only treat ourselves, maybe once or twice a month, but usually cooking a lot.
For various reasons. One, it's expensive
Yeah.
to go out. Two, I think home food tastes better for the most part. Although we do love going out and we love the experience of food. And that's one thing we don't mind splurging on. We like the atmosphere, and that's one of her favorite things to do is to go
Yeah.
out to dinner. She'd spend $1,000 on the meal, not bat an eye. She loves the experience. But we don't go out a whole lot. We've pretty much always provided most of our own meat, deer, fish, a few other things, although we still go buy a lot. I love fresh vegetables, and cooking is kind of an experience for us here lately. It's a time to hang out by the grill, the griddle,
Yeah, it's fun doing it
yeah,
together.
talk in the afternoon. So cooking is more than just eating to us.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we like to do it at home a lot. Tim says Citrus County. All right. See, well, I've got a Withlacoochee up here by me, and it's completely different. What caliber rifle do I hunt with? I have recently, over the last 3 years, switched over to a 6.5 Creedmoor and love it. I jumped on that bandwagon. So accurate, doesn't kick. Love that rifle. I hate McDonald's. Well, I hate McDonald's too. We don't do fast food other than we do like Arby's every now and then. Life loves watching your kitchen cooks. Yeah, I need to do some more, Mac. I
Yes,
appreciate
we've
you
been
watching.
talking about that. I had the whole week off, and we had planned on maybe doing some of that, and then the weather got really cold. We actually tried to go fishing. What day was it?
Friday.
Friday, and it was a bust. Like,
Yep. When Florida fish gets in some 30 and 20-degree days, they shut down.
yeah.
So we got to wait for it to warm back up a little. They just can't stand it. Let's see here. There are a few guys in Florida staging Bigfoot videos. Well, they're crazy because there's a lot of people up here with guns that don't mind protecting their property. So they best not be doing Bigfoot videos on other people's property. Kenneth wants to know if I like Dr. Pepper, Sprite, Coca-Cola, root beer. We're actually not big soda drinkers at all. For a mixed drink, I might have a little bit, but we really don't drink soda. We don't keep tea here. We drink beer, be honest with you, water, vitamin waters. We've been drinking a lot of them here lately, and we like green tea. So not much of a soda person. You have a 6.52. Excellent rifles. What is cold in Florida right now? Last week was cold. 32 one morning, 28 another morning, heavy frost, 35 another morning, and it's actually chilly out here right now. It's in the 50s. We got a fire behind us that you can't see, and it's supposed to be back in the 30s in a couple days. So that's pretty cold. A lot of people don't realize the humidity here in Florida. When you come out on a 20 or 30-degree morning, you're so wet it's bone chilling. I've been up north and dry cold with snow, colder temps in here, and I'm telling you, there's just something about this humidity. It feels way colder than it is. Plus, a lot of people don't realize we're in Florida. It can actually get pretty chilly here. We had an ice storm come through a few years ago, tore up more stuff than a hurricane ever did. I've seen it get down into single digits here. And when I was a kid, it would commonly get into teens here, for 1 or 2 days. So it can get cold here. Sweet or unsweetened? Sweet. What are you?
Half and half.
Half and half. I'm trying to make her sweet, but she's... When I was a kid, what did I want to be when I grew up? I didn't want to be a superhero or nothing like that. Honestly, I kind of remember wanting to be an engineer. That's what I truly remember. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I mean, I don't really know.
My wife?
Yeah.
My wife.
I was just always focused on, going to college. I mean, my granddaddy just really, made me promise that I would always go to college and, do something. I was the first one in our family.
Yeah, she was. I hope she was
To
going to say that.
graduate
She
from
needs to be
college,
proud of
so-
that. First in her family to go to
Yeah.
college. So she is.
That was just my biggest focus,
Yeah. See, last week here in Michigan, 5 degrees. Oh, no. No, thank you. When's the next tractor video going to be?
Better be tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, it's probably going to be a couple weeks, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not going to mow anymore because the frost killed all the grass. I am looking at my food plot thinking I need to disc it in, the old Dove food plot, but that's not a high priority right now. I'll be using the tractor video randomly as I work on the storm shelter and do a few other things. So you'll see it in that, but a true dedicated tractor video, it's probably going to be a couple weeks. Let's see here. Used to be stationed in Fort Walton Beach. Yep. It does get chilly here. You're right. Am I into stand-up comedians?
Yes, Carlos Mencia.
We have went and seen Carlos Mencia. He can be a bit crazy, but we went and watched him live one time. And there's a few others that we've watched on TV, but I can't say we watched stand-up comedians a whole lot. She says I'm enough of a comedian for her, so I tend to give her a show every now and then. How long have we been together? We've been together 16 years and married for how long?
13 this month.
13 years this month. So, yeah. All right, you got to go, Solo Asylum. Good night. Thank you so
Nice.
much for joining. Appreciate you stopping by. Was I ever in the military? No, I was not. Bundled up this morning, 3 jackets, only like 35 degrees. Funny you mentioned that, Kenneth, because when I was a kid, I'd go sit in a tree stand on those 13-degree days, 20-degree days, and love it. And we were both just talking, the older we've got, I can't handle the cold no more. I'll literally be out there in 30 degrees with long johns on, jeans, insulated socks, undershirts, thick jackets, and I'm out there freezing. That's why I've kind of got a little spoiled and been hunting in my shooting house a bit too much because there's a heater in there, but I'm telling you, I just can't handle it no more. And Mac says he's seen snow, ice, and cold temperatures in Florida. That's right, we get it. 3 years ago was snow and ice that I can remember. If I could have any vehicle, what would I have? Probably what everybody keeps talking about, a 2020 Duramax. Yes, I would love to have me. I am a GMC or Chevy fan. I would love to have me a nice Duramax, but I'm not paying $80,000 for one. But if I could have one, I'd have one. Love me a buddy heater, my dear blind. That's right. It spoils you. It absolutely spoils you. I almost feel guilty out there with it. Almost. Do I have any nicknames? Yeah, I do. Drew Daddy.
Yep.
I got it in high school when it stuck. Everybody still calls me Drew Daddy. Shane says, what kind of mixed drinking y'all drinking tonight? Well, I'm actually drinking good old Busch Light, yard beer, cheap beer. And what you drinking? Everybody keeps asking it. Crazy girl here. Tell them.
I just had a Jaeger and cranberry.
Jaeger.
Mhm.
Jaeger, Shane. Yeah, that's probably keeping her warm. It ain't quite cold enough for a whiskey kind of night. 35 degrees hoodie weather here. Yeah. Y'all up north people. Chevy GMC all the way. Yes, I 100% agree. Again, I'm brand loyal. That's why I keep buying John Deere's. When you have GMC sitting over there that's going on 20 years old and has never broke down. The only time it's ever broke down was a battery. That's not the truck's fault. Like I'm brand loyal. I've owned so many Chevys and GMCs, and they've been so good to me. I'm sticking with them. I mean, I got to. That's what I'm gonna keep doing, John Deere, until they're not reliable anymore. 15 degrees where you're at. So, oh, cool, not cold. Oh no. If it was 15 degrees, we'd be doing this live stream inside the camper. Your dad wants to get a 2020 Ford F-350 7.3 gas. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not the world's biggest Ford fan, but I think that 7.3 gas engine is a sweet engine. I'm kind of been curious about it. Mac says, congratulations, you're funny and doing a good job. Thanks, Mac. Let's see here. The humidity in Florida, we can feel colder than Ohio. I have a lot of people tell me that come from Michigan and other places, and they're blown away how cold it feels here with the humidity. Do we collect anything? Does anybody keep anything or throw everything away? We're not much of hoarders, and we really don't collect a whole lot, do we? I collect tools, tractors equipment. Yeah. But as far as actual collectibles, no, I guess we're kind of boring in that department. Man, if we feel like something needs to get thrown away, we will, because she can't stand clutter and junk. So she keeps me honest on that one. I can get a 2020 Duramax. Here we are again for high 50s and 60s. Nope. Got to buy a house. Or I can keep my 01 and 04 that's paid for.
Yeah.
There we go. 50s, 60s still too high for me, but that is cheaper than what I hear everybody saying. If it's 35 degrees, I have a cab tractor. You better believe I'm going to sit in that cab tractor with the heat on full blast. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to enjoy it in there. What do I hate most about YouTube? I got to be careful what I say. They're listening. I could get my channel kicked off. Probably the political jargon and the stuff that's forced on you. And I don't necessarily just mean politics and the election. We're not even going to talk about all that. Let's talk about some positive stuff for once. But if you'll notice in ads and a lot of things, there tends to be an agenda. And I wish I had more control over that. That's probably one thing I don't like. And sadly, I don't. If I could meet anybody living or dead, who would it be? Probably my grandpa. Hadn't seen him in a long time, without a doubt. One of the best guys ever. I bet you'd probably say the same.
Mm-hmm.
People don't understand the term because it's paid for. You know what? That's something that took me a long time to realize. When I was younger, I had 2 or 3 vehicles a year. And when I finally got that warm, fuzzy feeling of something being paid for, I love it. It's an addictive feeling, and it's something I think I'll always keep. That's why we're fighting as hard as we can to pay for our house. People say as cheap as money is to borrow right now, you're better off keeping your money in the bank and borrowing it. But I can't explain that warm, fuzzy feeling of knowing that I potentially may be mortgage free in my 30s. Like, that's a feeling I crave. And that's the same thing with trucks and all. Besides your new home, what may be your next major purchase? Probably animals, the fencing, the pasture.
Yeah.
We'll have thousands tied up in that. And then eventually I'm probably going to purchase my father's truck. We talked about it the other day. He said, "Oh, 2 years, I might get another truck." I was like, 2 years may work for me to get his 2013 Chevy, which would be new to me. And I
Yeah.
might retire the old '01, but probably not. I'll probably keep it. But next biggest purchase, animals, fencing, no doubt. Have I ever been to Seguin, Texas? Nope. Only ever been to Texas one time for a car back when I bought a lot of vehicles. And I went out to Austin, Texas. Longest drive of my life, 16 hours,
Yeah.
32-hour round trip. Drove it there and back. Like it killed me. But I bought a Corvette and really wanted it. It was a special one. Use the Brave browser. No ads, zilch, not even on YouTube. Yeah, but I'm talking about the ads that's on my channel. Don't be skipping my ads. What made me want to do YouTube? Honestly, it's I like to build, I like to engineer, and I like knowledge. And always used YouTube and Google for it, and fell in love with what I could find on there. The building, the engineering, just it was so cool. And then again, when I started watching people kind of make a go at it and making a living, man, I was hooked. I was like, I really want to try this because I think I do some pretty cool stuff around here. I'm sure a lot of this is absolutely boring to people, but with what 6 or 7 billion people on the planet, I'm sure there's plenty of people that's interested in what I do, just like y'all are. What sort of
Uh-oh.
horses? Uh-oh.
Did we lose? Okay.
Yeah, I see we keep lagging. Sorry. Apparently now my phone's acting up. Make sure I still got good battery. All right. So what type of horses? That'd be for you because I'm not a horse person.
I love gaited horses, so probably a Tennessee Walker. I love Tennessee Walkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
She wants one of them funny running horses. Hey, now that's my type of driving. Anything over 1,100 miles, 18 hours is what I'm talking about. Well, Mac, you drive trucks for a living. I hate driving. I really do. When I got to run 30 miles up to, Tallahassee, the big city here, drives me crazy. I like to be out here on the property, man. I just, I have a buddy who loves driving, drives to Miami all the time, back and forth. Some people love it. Some people can't stand it. Let's see here. My dad has an 05 Silverado gas on 85,000 miles on it. That's low, man. My 04 has 143,000. I consider that very low. Heard any good jokes recently? Can't say that I have, honestly. Or am I going to get a couple cows? That's the plan. We're also thinking about potentially, I want something in the pasture that's fun to look at. We could maybe butcher ourselves like a cow, or sell a couple offspring for, just a little bit of offset for taxes, things like that. But we also been considering goats. There's kind of a
They're
goat.
so cute.
They are cute. There's a goat market around here, but don't get attached to them because
Oh,
we'll
gosh.
eat them.
I will get attached to everything. Literally
That's going to be a problem with animals with her.
It is.
She's going to get so attached, but
Yeah.
they're for eating.
I know,
That's what the
but-
good Lord intended them for. So, yeah, a couple cows we're thinking about it, or potentially goats. We don't really know what we'll get into down the road, but I know for sure I want chickens. Going to get horses, and because we have such a good sized pasture, yeah, we're going to stick something else out there. All right, let's see here. Ever thought about getting a scan tool to read the codes for check engine light? Well, it just so happens I have a scan tool. Just got a new one with the ABS readout. So definitely have that. Being that I wrench on all my own vehicles, a scan tool is a must. One time of using it, it pays for itself. A Outdoors, you two are the best. Well, thank you so much,
Thank
A Outdoors.
you.
Kenneth, we have goats, easy to maintain. That's what I hear. They're kind of lawnmowers for you out
Yeah.
there, and not much to them. Of course, I hear that about cows too. On a Ford XL. I'm not crazy about high trim level trucks either. You're paying for a lot of extra, although my old 01 is high trim level, but it was cheap when I bought it. Max says I can be your limo driver. May have to take you up on that, especially if I go back to Texas. Or you just had a kid yesterday. Yeah, those little kids are cute. I like watching little goats jump around everywhere. Favorite game like to play? That's probably where we're gonna be boring again, Connor. I'm not into video games. We don't play board games, card games. We don't really play nothing, honestly. I guess we're just boring old people. That's what everybody calls. That's what all our friends call us. All right, trim level trucks here. Miniature heifers. Actually, Andy, I've never really looked into that, but that's that sounds kind of interesting. We used to have full size ones next door to where we used to live, so that may be something to look into. What's my dream steel chainsaw? Thought y'all would never ask. Yes, a Stihl MS 462 CM. Oh yeah. Ugh, I want one so bad I can't stand it. Everybody's ranting and raving about the new 500i, but I am not sold on fuel injected yet because it's so new. I don't like buying new stuff that just come out on the market. But the old carbureted 462s, I think where it's at. I want one so bad I can't stand it. Problem is, majority of my firewood is 12, 14, 16 inches. So do I need a saw that big? No, but if occasionally I do cut some big stuff. So we'll see. Y'all help get this channel big enough that Steel sponsors me, and I'll run all the chainsaws you'll want me to. Have I ever tried Husqvarna? Believe it or not, no. Again, I am very brand loyal. Started out as a kid, like literally my first chainsaw. I was, I don't know, 8 or 9. Yeah, my dad's crazy. He got me a Steel 017. Saw run for 16 years. I've been brand loyal ever since. Every steel I've owned has just been bulletproof. So I know Husqvarna makes great saws, but man, it's hard to get away from steel when they've been so good to me. Favorite Christmas movie? Probably haven't really watched a whole lot back in the day. What was the little animated one back in the day that used to always have the little Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Oh yeah,
Reindeer?
those older Christmas
Yeah, they had the abominable
movies.
snowman on it. Used to love
Yes,
watching that one.
those are my favorite.
And then, of course, Home Alone. Everybody likes that one. Yeah, his lot won't have a tree on it. I know. And see, y'all are going to find this kind of odd. I'm kind of a hippie when it comes to trees. Like, I don't like cutting trees. That's why y'all see me always cutting stand dead trees. Around here, pine tree farming is so big that you lose a lot of hardwoods. There's just not as much hardwood as there used to be. We still have a lot. So I have a hard time going out and cutting hardwoods down. That's why I like to find them dead, standing, or on the ground. So I wouldn't cut every tree I had, but boy, I'd be knocking on neighbors' doors and everywhere else if I had that saw saying, I'm here to cut something. Still MS660, hard saws to beat, but that 462 is a lot lighter if I'm not mistaken. Just cut a silver maple that was 38 inches. Yeah. Actually, I did cut one tree last year that was 42 inches across that oak. So we occasionally cut some big ones, but the majority of the stuff's a lot smaller. It's my favorite homestead chore. Crazy as this sounds, mowing.
Yeah,
I like mowing. It's relaxing to me. And a good thing because I have about
I have one.
15 acres. I mean, what's your favorite homestead chore?
The chipping.
Oh yeah. And speaking of,
Yeah.
great, you brought it up. They're already gonna be on me about the chipper. I keep talking
Oh,
about
I
chip.
thought you were gonna say you have something for me to do with the chipper. I
Oh
was
no,
like,
yeah,
okay.
we got to clear out that big oak back there. So we're gonna be chipping here coming
That was
up.
fun.
Yep. So
Yeah.
she likes the chipper.
Yeah.
And eventually her favorite chore is gonna be scooping horse manure, right? Because I ain't scooping no horse manure. How does live oak burn? Without a doubt, to me personally down here, it is probably one of the best burning firewoods. Horrible to split, stringy, extremely dense, but it coals up nicely because it's so dense. Burns really hot, burns for a long period of time. Cherry is another very popular firewood down here. I like burning it, but I tend to burn it outside because it pops and goes everywhere.
Speaking of the fire.
Yeah. Put some more
It's
in there.
getting cold.
I am getting cold. Water oak is another very popular one down here. Grows around all our swamps. That's a really good firewood. Let's see here. How much? A cord of wood. We don't actually do cord down here. I would say we probably sell a third of a cord for $75. Guessing at it, we typically do by the truckload down here. Cord is just never really caught on that term. But we do a mounted over truck bed for about $75. I do believe that's somewhere around a third of a cord. That's typically a truck bed with a toolbox in it. I think that's pretty comparable to what y'all sell for up north. Y'all might get a little more. Yeah, fire up the chipper. I know that's coming. That's coming. As soon as I want to get siding on this storm shelter, and then we're gonna fire that chipper up. Oh, let's see here. Did I hear your chipper? Yes, y'all did. See, you started
Great.
it. You started it. Now I'm going to quit
Great.
working on the storm shelter to
No.
do chipper videos. Got to watch the V-Belt and Buck and Billy Ray Smith. They have Big Timber 103. I watch Buck and Billy Ray. I've never heard of V-Belt, but I like Billy Ray. He's got a good outlook on life. Are you going to use your wood chip dump box again? Yeah, after I rebuild it. I just used the wood I had to rebuild it because the tornado decided to toss it across the yard and destroy it. Now that I got the welder, we'll probably beef it up. I got to rebuild that real quick, and then we'll start chipping. Actually, I've got to repair the chipper too. The tornado actually flipped that heavy thing over and bent up a few pieces, but it's just sheet metal. I'll get that fixed. Yes, Bucking is awesome. Some people think he's a bit crazy, but I like a guy that's that happy and has that good of an outlook on life. He seems like a really positive dude. My favorite freshwater fish to eat. Although I don't eat them a lot on the channel, probably the best tasting freshwater fish to me is what we call red breast sunfish. We call them red bellies down here. So sweet and good, but we eat a lot of bass and other fish too. All right, y'all are dragging on the questions. I think I'm caught up.
Yep.
Walleye, yeah, we don't have them here, but I've heard they're very good. Most cold water fish are, from what I hear. Bluegill is good, but if you've ever had red belly, so much better in my opinion. Well, guys, I think we are about to wrap this thing up. I just realized it's after 7. Been
Yeah.
doing this for over 2 hours, which is awesome. I've really enjoyed it. But we still got to go fire up the griddle, do some cooking, and I've got to get all this equipment and stuff back inside before it starts raining. We'll catch up this last question. How up to date are your videos from the time you do upload them? That's another good question. When I do a video, it can be anywhere from 2 to 3 days behind. Y'all see a lot. Every now and then I'll do it same day, but that's pretty rare because the amount of time it takes to edit. But I'd say most videos are 2 to 3 days behind. Nice meeting y'all too. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you for the
Yeah,
support, y'all.
yeah, thank y'all so much
It
for the
means
support.
so much to us.
It really does. And I really enjoyed this. I think we'll do it again very soon. I'll go ahead and schedule another live stream after we talk about, look at some dates and talk about it in the next couple of videos. But thank y'all so much for the support, the donations. Y'all really shouldn't have, but thank you. We
Thank you.
truly do appreciate it. Yep, I'll look up V-Belt. Shane, appreciate you stopping by. Everybody else. Yep, y'all have a good night too. All right. Thank y'all so much. Again,
Thanks for watching, y'all.
we'll catch y'all on the next one. All right, good night to you.
Good night, Uncle Tim.
Yeah, good night, Uncle Tim. Hey, thank you, Outdoors. Thank you. Peace.